Hello everybody! This week is one of my favorite topics, and that is books. So as a child I read a lot, and then when I reached kind of middle school I read very little, and when I reached high school I pretty much didn't read at all. Same for early college, even for classes. There were of course a select few books that I got hooked on in that time period. Some of note would be Fahrenheit 451, Ray Bradbury, 1984, George Orwell, Brave New World, Aldous Huxley, Slaughterhouse-Five, Kurt Vonnegut, The Giver, Ender's Game. I'm going backwards. I'm not sure. A couple others. But if you see a pattern, they're all pretty much, I threw one, dystopian novels. And that was what I did, and vampire novels in middle school, but I gave that up eventually. So I didn't read a whole lot. I read a lot of manga at one point, but I didn't read a lot of novels. And then in college I pretty much read none. Sorry. Until I really tried to get into it a couple summers ago, and I tried really hard, and I just couldn't do it. And then 2 Januaries ago when I found the Vlogbrothers, I had pre-ordered The Fault in Our Stars because it seemed like a good book and I wanted to read anyway. So I read that, and then I read all of John Green's books in a week, and then I was kind of hooked back into reading, which was good. And I felt more comfortable kind of reading whatever it is I wanted to read instead of feeling like I had to read big adult literature, which is often hard to at least find a good one because there's so much of it, and I don't know, it wasn't really my thing. So since then, this year, while trying to do school, I have read the entire Ugly series, which I just finished extras. I've been kind of like reading them in between things, so I'll read a book, then I'll read something else, then I'll read the second one, but I just finished extras and I'm still not sure if I liked this series, and this was the 4th book of the trilogy. I don't know. They can't count to 3. I reread a couple things. I was then talking to my uncle over winter break this past year, on Christmas Eve, about, or maybe it was Christmas, I don't remember, but about novels in general, life in general, and we brought up books, and I was, talking about some of the ones that I was reading, and he brought up Tom Robbins, that he had used to read at least, who's a very quirky author. I looked him up later. I do generally, if anybody gives me any suggestions, I immediately look into them. So when I got back to school, I looked up Tom Robbins and I read all of Jitterbug Perfume, and it took me a very long time to get through it because I had school and stuff. And it was an interesting novel. I really enjoy his writing style. It's very quirky, but I find it very amusing, and it's very much to my sense of humor, which is probably not everybody's. And there are certainly things about, at least about Jitterbug Perfume, that are problematic. But I don't know, I'm able to look past them, I guess. This I just started today, actually, and we'll see how it goes. So far it's just about equally as interesting. I happen to be familiar with the folklore characters that are brought up in the beginning of this, so it's not quite as ridiculous as it would be to somebody just picking it up. But basically, never mind, this is too inappropriate to discuss on YouTube on our friendly channel. Read it. He's really hilarious. I still need to read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I think in middle school I tried several times, / late elementary, whenever, I don't remember when it was, but I couldn't find them because we were supposed to have them in our house somewhere, and the first one's completely missing. So I have it from the library, but I'm holding off in case that's what we do for our book club. And I don't have any suggestions because I would really prefer to read something that I have not read yet. I do have a Goodreads account. I very, very rarely update it, but if I can find it, I will link it in the description. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing the other novels that you've read. And please give me suggestions. Any kind of novels are fine as long as they are not Twilight.